Hare Krishna. So today let us chant verse number 9 of chapter number 1 from Bhagavad Gita. It is Anyacha Bahavah Shuraha Madarte Tyakta Jivita Nana Shastra Praharanaha Sarve Yodha Visharada. Let us chant once more. अन्य च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविता नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदा. Now let us know the meaning of this verse. The literal meaning here in this verse, Duryodhan said there are other warriors as well who are there in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, equipped with various weapons and highly skilled in the warfare, and they are ready to sacrifice their life for Duryodhan. So in the last verse, verse number 8, what we have discussed, that the prominent warriors like Bhishma Pitama, Karna, Aswasthama, they were present in the battlefield and they were supporting Duryodhan against Pandavas. So apart from those prominent warriors, other warriors, Duryodhan has approached Guru Drona that we have uh, discussed in the verse number 4, and he is elaborating about all the soldiers or the prominent warriors who are supporting Duryodhan and present in the battlefield. Now, Duryodhan was confident that he is going to defeat the Pandavas because of these prominent warriors who were in support of Kauravas in the battlefield. Now, there is nothing spiritual in this verse, but as we know that Bhagavad Gita is a collection of 700 verses from Mahabharata. So in the chapter number 1, we are getting some contents of Mahabharata as well, because in the latter chapters from chapter number 2 onwards, if we know the chapter number 1 of Bhagavad Gita, then something summary or brief Mahabharata that is discussed in chapter number 1, why the fighting was and who were the warriors who were fighting from the Duryodhan side or Kauravas and who were fighting from the Pandavas, that we will be able to know in the first chapter. But if we introspect on each verse, then we must have some learning outcomes. So what are the learning outcomes in this verse? That is other soldiers who are not prominent like Karna or Aswasthama and who are skillful and support evildoer, here Duryodhan faces adverse consequences. They eventually die in the battlefield. And the result of Mahabharata was the defeat of Kauravas and the victory was of Pandavas. So all those who were in support of Duryodhan, who was an evildoer, who took the path of unrighteous in nature, their result was defeat. So we must avoid the association of wrong people and never think of supporting them. So in practical life also, sometimes we witness that some good people are supporting the evildoers for whatever motives they have in their mind. We must avoid the association of those wrong people. And if somehow, if we are in the association of some wrong people, we must advise them with what is righteous in nature, and we should never think in supporting them in their wrongdoings. Now, life is a gift of God. It must be utilized in the service of mankind and other creatures. There's a lot to do in the day-to-day life. Why we not utilize our life in the service of mankind? If not, at least we should not degrade ourselves. Another point that we would like to discuss is, before setting any goal, or suppose if you are in the group of some people who are unrighteous in nature, and if they are planning any goal then we must consider its consequences to ecology. What is happening today? The war is going on between Russia and Ukraine. The consequences is adverse. The people who are not having any direct gain, they are also losing their life. The resources is going west, and there is the loss to ecology as well, living creatures as well, who don't know what is right and wrong, who don't have intellect. They are the victims. So we must consider the importance of ecology as well before accomplishing any goal or before setting any goal. So this is all about. Tomorrow we will discuss next verse number 10 from chapter number 1 of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Hari Om. Thank you.